Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another quick video here on the Fellow KGB channel. We hit a milestone over this week. I just want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed. We're over 200. I think our next goal is going to be, obviously it's the 300, but we'll see how fast we can get there. So buckle up. We're going to be looking at some drafters.com best ball ADP. I know it's March. I know it's super early, but for me, it's really fun to get an idea on some of the player movement and the ADP going on before the draft. We'll see who moves and who slides up and down. If you're new to drafters.com and you want to get into some best ball drafting, or during the season there, you can actually do some kind of some DFS style drafting, but there's MLB, NBA, NHL, PGA, all kinds of fun drafting and best ball here on drafters.com. Just the link in the description below. But anyways, we're going to be looking at, I have a lobby pulled up here, but I do have a few teams that I'm drafting currently. And then I kind of pulled up the ADP here. I don't really, let me zoom in on just a little bit here. So we're just kind of just looking here at the top here. You see Christian McCaffrey has been the consensus 108 here. Christian McCaffrey number 1, Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara, Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, Travis Kelce going here as high as number 6, which is pretty, like someone told you they're taking a tight end number 6 last year, you'd be like, get the hell out of here. So Travis Kelce, he's the consensus number 6. Jonathan Taylor sitting right here at number 7. I think he's pretty much locked into a first-round pick this year. And then Devonta Adams, first receiver off the board here. Tyreek Hill is next. So I think that's rounding out the top 8, 9, 10. And then Nick Chubb rounds out the top 10 here at 10.31 average. Nick Chubb there. Ezekiel Elliott and Stephon Diggs. So drafters, it's usually a 12-man lobby. So these are all first-round picks here. Stephon Diggs topping in there. So if you have the 12th overall pick, Stephon Diggs might not be available. It depends on if the player likes him that much or not. But starting the round 2, we're going to look at Cam Akers here. You got Austin Eckler, DeAndre Hopkins, George Kittle creeping up in there. There's a lot of, question marks with the quarterback over there for San Francisco. What are they going to do maybe in free agency coming up? We'll watch that one closely. DeAndre Swift is a mid-second round pick right now. DK Metcalf, Justin Jefferson. You got J.K. Dobbins, a lot of young talent here. Swift, Metcalf, Jefferson, Dobbins. Aaron Jones, there's a lot of questions around his free agency. The Green Bay Packers just might end up franchise tagging him and keeping him around. So right now, Aaron Jones, last year he was a top, when he played, he was a top 5-6 back. So if you're getting a little discount on here and he returns back to the Green Bay Packers, that could be kind of fun. We'll see what happens with Jamal Williams and A.J. Dillon as well. You got the third tight end here, Darren Waller, safely inside the top 20. Let me just recount here: 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So he's a second round pick. And then Calvin Ridley and Antonio Gibson round out the end of the second round here. So if you want some of these younger players, they're just getting pushed up the board. So at the top of the third, this is the 301 here. We're looking at A.J. Brown. He's got an ADP of around 24, which doesn't really make sense. James Robinson at 26.47, Michael Thomas, Josh Jacobs, Miles Sanders. There's a little bit of a dip on him this year. Joe Mixon as well. Both these guys were fringe first rounders last year. Keenan Allen, Clyde Edwards-Helaire still being drafted really high. I don't know if I like this right now, especially with Damian Williams, coming back after sitting out with the COVID stuff last year. Patrick Mahomes down here is round 3. Allen Robinson. And here's our first rookie with Najee Harris. Let me just do some counting real quick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So Damian Harris flirting here this is the 35th overall pick, roughly 35.66. And then David Montgomery rounds out the third round. So you're seeing some running backs here that could be some bangers. You also got Travis Etienne at the top of the 4th round, Mike Evans at the top of the 4th round. So that's getting, there's some good value, a lot of good players in the 4th round here. You see Evans, Etienne, Cooper, Terry McLaurin, Julio Jones, CeeDee Lamb, Chris Godwin. That's pretty cheap on Chris Godwin, assuming he comes back to Tampa Bay. That's going to be a good pick there. Josh Allen creeping up into the 4th round. I'm noticing quarterbacks go a little bit higher this year, so that's definitely a trend we'll keep monitoring here. Adam Thielen, I don't know how great I feel about that. He was kind of in and out of the lineup last year. I think he's maybe 31 or 32 now, so this one might not be an exciting pick. I'd rather have DJ Moore or Robert Woods with Matt Stafford. Kareem Hunt sitting back here at the end of the 4th round. Let me just count: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So Kareem Hunt rounds out the 4th round here. And now we're getting into the 5th round, where this is where I notice things get a little bit crazy. You can start throwing some darts. And T. Higgins is the 501 right now. That's roughly pick number 49. He's a top 50 pick right now, and I think that's only going to increase, especially once we keep hearing positive beats on Joe Burrow. Looks like he's on track to play week 1. And I love T. Higgins. He was their best receiver last year as a rookie. Better than AJ Green, better than Tyler Boyd. I think T. Higgins. I'm going to be trying to scoop up as many T. Higgins in these best ball drafts that I can. And what's cool about these best ball drafts, as you can see here, like it costs $1.10. So I mean, you put say you put $11 in, and you get a referral bonus with that code. Put $11 in. That's 10 drafts. So for me, obviously I want to win, but for me, it's more about just paying to see some real ADP. You know, there's money on the line here, so it's not like a random mock draft where people kind of just log out and stuff. People are actually making these picks, so it does give you a really good indication at where the ADP is right now. So Higgins leads the 5th round. Deontay Johnson, that feels a little low. I'd rather have Deontay Johnson over a guy like Adam Thielen. You got Lamar Jackson, Kenny Golladay. We'll see what happens. We're not excited about the pairing with Jared Goff. Maybe he gets moved for, franchise tagged and moved. We'll watch Kenny Golladay quite a bit. He might be a guy that, boosts his value if he gets to a different spot. Mark Andrews, pretty safe value here in the 5th round. Kyler Murray, I like Murray here in the 5th. Chase Claypool, Brandon Ayuk, Cooper Kupp, Tyler Lockett, Chris Carson. We'll see. He's going to be a free agent. We'll see where he winds up. And then you have another rookie. This is the 3rd rookie running back, and that's Javonte Williams. Let me just do a count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So Javonte Williams, rookie running back out of North Carolina here. He's going at the very last pick of the 5th round right now. And he is a guy, like everyone knows that it's Najee Harris or Travis Etienne, but Javonte Williams, he's probably my favorite running back. Because he's kind of unknown right now. He's a kind of a consensus top 3 or 4 running back in rankings, but I think he's just as good as those top 2 running backs, and he could be a special player. So he's the guy that, as far as values, and if I'm sitting there at the end of the 5th, or sometimes if he falls to the 6th round, I'm going to take Javonte Williams when I can. So keep an eye on him. I think he's going to be one of my favorite players to watch where he lands in the actual NFL draft for fit and just opportunity. Then we're going to go into the 6th round here. You got Myles Gaskin, DJ Chark, probably paired with Trevor Lawrence. That sounds pretty good to me. You got Dak Prescott, Odell Beckham returning from injury, both these players. Tyler Boyd, I like Tyler Boyd, but I don't know if I love him for a best ball. Deshaun Watson, we'll see what happens with Deshaun Watson, if he's a new team or if he has to sit out this year. You got Juju, Justin Herbert. I like Herbert for a best ball. We'll see how the new offense coach and the offensive coordinator, mold around him. Now, A.J. Dillon, I'm excited about A.J. Dillon, but I'm nervous to draft him just because we don't know what's going on with Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams. If one of those guys leave, I'm into A.J. Dillon. It might be a year or so away from him yet being a feature back, or it might take an injury for him to get launched into like RB2, RB1 territory. So I'm interested in Dillon. I just don't know if I want to start buying here yet. But if Aaron Jones leaves, this is wheels up for A.J. Dillon. So if you feel like taking a risk in the 6th round, A.J. Dillon can be yours, roughly around pick number 70. Cortland Sutton, Will Fuller, Jamar Chase. Now we have the first rookie wide receiver off the board. Let me just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So at the end of the 6th round, that's where Jamar Chase is going. So I've seen him kind of as the consensus 1 or 2 receiver. A lot of people like Devonta Smith as well, but I think Jamar Chase, I think most people would agree he has a better NFL body right now. Devonta's a little skinny, a little small, whereas Jamar Chase, he's ready to go. And he's well rested. So moving into the 7th round, you get Melvin Gordon, Aaron Rodgers, TJ Hawkinson, Ronald Jones, Laviska Shenault, Russell Wilson, Deebo Samuel. That seems kind of cheap. He had an injury-plagued year last year. We're also, again, watching the quarterback situation there. You have Marquise Brown, who ended the year really strong. Robbie Anderson, who had a breakout season. Raheem Mostert, injury-plagued year last year. And then here's Devonta Smith. So just roughly a round behind Jamar Chase. And then Brandon Cooks. I think that's going to be the 7th round here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we'll move on into round number 8. David Johnson. They let Duke Johnson go. We'll see if they bring in another young running back, I don't think they have a pick until maybe 53 overall. We'll see. Might even be later than that. Might be like 60 something. But Jerry Jeudy, I like that one. Depending on if they get a new quarterback upgraded there, that's definitely a fun one to watch. I think Jerry Jeudy has a lot to show yet. With Cortland Sutton, getting the majority of the attention, Jerry Jeudy could have a nice breakout second year. Leonard Fournette, very possible he signed somewhere to be a 1A 1B kind of type back in a tandem. Jalen Hurts, he's got the whole situation to himself now in Philadelphia. And he's got the Konami code with the legs. So you like seeing Jalen Hurts there, Matt Stafford, Kenyon Drake, Noah Fant, Jarvis Landry, Chase Edmonds. Now, there was a blurb today where Cliff Kingsbury said he thinks Chase Edmonds can handle the full workload as the primary back. So that pretty much means see you later, Kenyon Drake. He'll hit the market. And Chase Edmonds right now, I mean, we talked about A.J. Dillon a little bit ago in the 6th round. Give me Chase Edmonds in the 8th. That seems pretty good for a best ball league. And then Robert Tonyan, Dallas Goedert, Logan Thomas, Kyle Pitts, rookie tight end. So he's like the first and really only tight end we'll look at for rookies. But you see these tight ends start to creep in here. Tonyan, Goddard, and Logan Thomas. I like all these guys. If you miss out on the Kelsey, if you miss out on Kittle or Waller, this is kind of the first tier that I'm looking at. I like Noah Fant quite a bit. Again, it depends. Like with Drew Lock, I'm just nervous about what could happen there this year. And then moving on down here, I mean, Tom Brady, Kyle Pitts, Devontae Parker, Ryan Tannehill still on a discount. We'll see what happens with Corey Davis and Jonnu Smith if they leave in free agency. Damian Harris, who was the best running back on the Patriots team last year. Michael Gallup's on a discount. Jeff Wilson's on a discount. Michael Pittman might be the feature wide receiver this year for Carson Wentz in the Colts, with T.Y. Hilton likely set for free agency. Curtis Samuel, also a free agent here. So this is where we get to these dicey kind of situations where I'm looking more for guys with a sure thing. So like a guy like Joe Burrow, I love it. Mike Gesicki had a really good season with Tua Tagovailoa at the end. Here's the other rookie running back. As far as rookie running backs, I mean, it's Etienne, Najee Harris, and Javonte Williams, but I think Kenny Gainwell, I think he's probably the last rookie running back that I think regardless of where he goes, I think he's one of the guys that you must have. Chuba Hubbard would be one of the other guys here, depending on fit and who's ahead of him. But he's a little bit more murky. If a team loves him, that could change my thinking. But Kenneth Gainwell, he's just going to fit in anywhere. He can absolutely be a third down back, a first and second down back. He can kind of do everything well, and he's on a discount here. So now we're kind of getting to the fun part where there's rookies and guys with questions, guys you don't really know. Older players, Matt Ryan, James Conner. What do we do with Evan Ingram? Baker Mayfield could be a hot pick here. So now we kind of, we're in the 10th double-digit rounds here. We're kind of looking a little dicey. So that's kind of like the highlight of the ADP. And then I just want to pull up a draft here that we got going on currently just to kind of show you guys what I've been doing. Now, in this one, you see, Kamara and McCaffrey and Kamara. I took Jonathan Taylor over Derrick Henry just to see how it felt. It still didn't feel right, but I think Jonathan Taylor's in for a huge season. Really huge season. So excited about that. I came back with Justin Jefferson, James Robinson, Chris Godwin, Chase Claypool, Laviska Shenault, Aaron Rodgers. There's Kenneth Gainwell, the first rookie that I could get. Jarvis Landry, Mike Gesicki. I got Naheem Hines, just pairing him with Jonathan Taylor. Marlon Mack's going to be gone, And then Gabriel Davis. I think Gabriel Davis is going to be one of those guys I talk up all summer long. And then I ended up snagging Tua. So we got some fun stacks sprinkled throughout the mix here. And we'll continue making these picks. Now on drafters, again, it's $1.10 for the cheapest league. So we're drafting 20 rounds. There's some names here that I like deep. So I'll kind of continue to just build up my profile and make some picks. And then just, I don't know, maybe I report on this maybe once a week or two and just see what the ADP is doing. Or maybe every other week, we'll see what happens. But I don't know. That's going to do it for today's video. If you're new to the channel and you want more fantasy football content, we still got fantasy basketball content rolling. We might do some dynasty baseball content. We have a couple video ideas. We're not going to be a heavy baseball, show, but we have a couple dynasty, maybe some mock draft type stuff for the rookies that we're looking at or the prospects that we're looking at. But anyways, if you're still here, I want to say thank you guys to subscribing. We're over 200. 300 is next. And let's try to get us to 1,000 at some point this year. So thank you guys so much. Have a good rest of your evening, morning, afternoon, whatever you need. We'll see you in another one. Thanks. Peace.